Okay, this is Bill from MessickStove on YouTube and MessickStove.com. I just got done sneezing here, so I do apologize if I sound a little stuffy. Like I said, I was trying to do some of this without a respirator. It's not recommended. You can see I did clean it out a little bit. Let me see if I can get you some inside shots without making a bunch of noise and being all jumpy here with the camera. Okay, now you can see the ceiling is now a little cleaner, and also the tubes. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tubes, cleaner. If you notice, the one in the back stays a little darker. That's one apparently gets more of the gets cooled off quicker, and creosote seems to stick to that slightly more. But the other tubes, if you look, they're pretty much just be able to wipe it down and clean it. And if you look down in these tubes here, I'm trying to get you a shot. Hopefully I can. Down in between the tubes, that's where we're looking at. Down, there's some light down there, down at the bottom. Now we actually have that cleaned out as well. Okay, that's what the concern is. That's where it's okay for it to build up flush with the grate system here, because air can still get around, okay, over the fire brick wall, and still can get around underneath the cast iron and back up the other side and exit throughout the ceiling and out the exhaust there. So we just want to make sure we definitely clean that out. And I'm going to take these fire bricks out, the rest of them, and just try to do a little cleaning around there, a little vacuuming, and so that's done real quick. It's really not a big process, of course. Time consuming for cleaning the whole firebox. Trying to get one started. Okay, the top comes out. The bottom. There goes the top. I do apologize for the lighting and being in the way, the firebox is so deep I can barely get in there without squishing my head in there. It's a little difficult to run the camera and now the fire brick in the back is out. We have fire brick to the left and also in the front. Take it out. Okay. These ones are done very similar. Pop this basic reach in here. You can see. Just brick out. That's the top. Because my hot water loop is in there, I'm now going to have to maneuver these out to the edge to get them out. These are a little dirty, so I'll either brush them off, or with a wire brush, or take them out to a garden hose. So I can't get that out there, so I bring it out to the front. Now I could, if I drop the bottom, take the bottom bricks out, I can get them out a little better. I'm trying to do this in stages where I'm stacking all the top brick together. Okay, now I'm going to pull out the fire brick on the bottom. You see there's basically three of those. And a cut piece. And now, I'm trying to do this where you can see it. We got a cast iron louver. And that's out. Okay, there's one. If you grab it just right, you'll be able to pull that out. There's two. Now I just got a little bit more mess in there to clean up. This has to be cleaned up as well. Top, excuse me. There's a top edge up here has to be cleaned. Inside will be cleaned. You don't have to get real fancy with it. I just like to brush off the loose stuff and anything that may be in the way to cause issues in the future. I want to make sure I actually scrape that off as well. And, hopefully it's not making too much noise when I move this thing in the camera sound. Now the front, I know it's going to be hard to see this, but maybe I can move the camera in, turn it around. I'm not really sure how much you're going to see, or what you see. Put the fire brick here. Lift up, pull them out. See, maybe see my face in there too, but anyway, now you can see I got all the fire brick out. A little bit of dust is floating around in there. This is all the steel to the left and the back, and then I'm sorry for the light again, it's making it hard to see the video. The back, the left, and the front that's the exterior of the stove. And then to the right, on the other side of the tubes, is also another, that's the outside of the right-hand side of the stove, or if you're behind the stove, left-hand side. So, all I gotta do is just vacuum in here a little bit, and just touch a couple spots up, break some of that stuff loose a little bit, and clean it out. And once it's clean and vacuumed, I'll go ahead and put all the fire brick back and put the new sealant in and put the stove damper back in and such. So here's your just a look at the supplies or the items that came in here. There's the fire brick all stacked up, and then there's the stainless steel tubes, heating tubes, and also the cast iron. The crowbar I did not use, but I'll pull that out of the way. And there's a look at the stove. Now, the other video I'll have to do here soon is I'll disconnect the door. The door comes right off, the two doors. I'll take and clean those up, take the stove gaskets out, put new stove gaskets on. Stove door gaskets, like I said earlier in the other video, and clean out the stove really nice and basically have it all set so when winter comes, and I'll be able to put it all back together. Now there's my stove exhaust there, and then the stove pipe. Right now I have it off. The chimney's already been cleaned, the stove pipe's been cleaned, and you can see this clean out door is open. I am letting that vent out and air out. It is a stainless steel liner in it, a ridge liner. There's some videos on that as well here. So other than that, it's pretty much easy setup. It is what it is here, and it's maybe I can get a shot of me. I'm not trying to, but maybe get a shot of me here of the mess. Let's see if I can show you some of the mess. And I did wash my hands about 4 times, so there is a little bit of mess to be expected. Now you can clean this stove yourself, or you can actually provide the service here at MessickStove, and we can provide the service of coming to your home and cleaning the stove out and such. Now another thing, since I got you here, is I also disconnected that hot water tank. Now there's no water in it or no pressure in it. I drained that earlier in the season. Don't have to. My hot water heater will heat both tanks. It will heat the hot water tank plus this water. I just want to disconnect it because I may be doing some changes here, and then I want to do a little cleaning. So so far I haven't done it, so maybe I get a chance I might do it, or if I don't, then basically just open up the valves. I got 2 valves at the other end. It'll allow the water to fill back up in that tank. Now when I go to do that, of course I have to break that seal at the top there, that union joint, and let the air out. And that's something else I'll probably end up putting in there, some kind of setup for relieving the air, so I won't have to do that in the future. So, okay. Again, this is Bill from MessickStove and MessickStove.com, and this is the EnergyMax 160 stove, and it's very similar to the 110 design. And the 170, or excuse me, the ComfortMax 75 is very similar, but the logs will be, the cast iron is in the back, the logs go east to west, goes in sideways versus straight in, north to south, like this model here. And but it's very similar concept. The only thing is the 110 and the 160 will do the hot water loop, the 75 will not. And like I said, this is a matter of getting things cleaned out here. We're getting ready for the new heating season. This is usually done by now. I usually do this pretty early, and I'm getting a little late this year doing it, and I just wanted to do a video on it and have the time to do the video. So this is where I'm at, and this is the time frame I am. I'm trying to get that done. So hopefully all this works out, and you guys get educated and figure out how the stove actually operates and some of the features that make this stove very impressive and robs the heat off of the fuel and puts it in your home versus putting it in the chimney. So like I said, this stove can go up to 500, 600 degrees, and only 150 will go out that stovepipe. Measuring the stovepipe, even like 18 inches up to 2 foot up the pipe, you'll measure it, you'll see the temperature. So anyway, talk to you soon. Bill from MessickStove and MessickStove.com. Thank you.